Well, good morning. It is sunglasses day, but I wouldn't be able to see to read to you with my glasses on, so I will put them up here for right now. But another super important day to me is World Autism Awareness Day. And this is the day we think about people that have autism and how we can be kind to them and how we can help them to be happy. So let's remember people with autism today, okay? And then our story for today is The Sorcerer's Apprentice. This little story is retold by Cybil Bavus, and I just love the publishing company, Flowerpot Press. Isn't that a cute name? I just think it is. Let's get started. Let's gonna find out what this little guy's gonna do and how he becomes the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I think the illustrations are just gorgeous. Aren't they beautiful, vivid colors? In an ancient land where the powers of magic flowed freely, there lived a boy named Tiernan. Tiernan had hidden talents that won him the job of Sorcerer Apprentice. Let's find out how that happened. Here he is in the tree, and look what's buzzing around. See all those bees? It started when the sorcerer saw Tiernan collecting honey from a beehive. Other children had tried to get the honey, only to run from the bees, covered in stings. With Tiernan, it was different. When Tiernan approached the hive, he began to hum a simple tune. The bees grew calm and allowed him to pass unharmed. Seeing this, the sorcerer knew he had found his apprentice. So here he is. From that day forward, Tiernan spent days in the castle, organizing fetching for the sorcerer. Tiernan was fascinated by the sorcerer's magic and studied the books of spells and potions whenever he had time. See, there's the sorcerer. Kind of like Harry Potter, right? So here he is. Nothing made Tiernan happier than having that time. So he was overjoyed the day the sorcerer planned to leave him alone. For the first time, unfortunately, just as the sorcerer was leaving the castle, he handed Tiernan his list of chores, instructing him to do nothing. To do nothing until he had finished. Sorry, I lost my spot. Tiernan glumly reviewed the list, realizing it would take all day. He set to work, cleaning and organizing the castle, placing potions on shelves, polishing the cauldrons, and finally sweeping and mopping the floors. Does he look very happy? Let's see what might happen. Here he goes. As he was beginning the mopping, Tiernan looked out at the sun sinking lower in the sky, wishing he could find time to study sorcery. Then he had an idea. Sorcery could help him skip the mopping. He sees all these potions over here. Tiernan dove for the books, looking for the spell that would do the trick. As time passed, he began to despair. Not only was he unable to find the right spell, but he no longer had time to mop the floors himself. The sorcerer will be disappointed, he thought. That's when Tiernan spotted the scroll. Look up here. Look up here. Climbing on a chair, Tiernan could just just reached the scroll marked "The Ultimate Power." This has potential, he thought. So he's going to use that scroll and see what he can find out. Maybe it can help him. Well, look at that. What's happening with this mop? It looks like it's dancing. Let's find out how. The scrolls described a spell that granted the power to command an object. Tiernan turned to the mop and bucket that rested in the corner and called out, "Canstastic, bombastic, bazam! Now the mop these floors as fast as you can." With an explosion and sparks, the bucket flew out the window and dropped into the well. Moments later, it came splashing back through the window and splashed water onto the floor. The mop streaked across the floor, twirling and dancing and scrubbing. Tiernan cried out of joy and joined the mop in a magical dance. That looks like fun. I wish I had a magical mop. That would help me a lot around here. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. He looks a little dreadful. And look at the water is rising. Is that what's supposed to happen when you mop a floor? Oh, yikes. The joy was outlived. The bucket was not stopping. Over and over it streaked from the window, dumping more and more water onto the floor. Oh no, does he know how to make it stop? Oh dear. Uh-oh. Who's here? What happened? Oh my, let's find out. Tiernan reached for the scroll to find a way to stop the bucket, but as he grabbed it, the mop plowed into him and the scroll fell into the water. Uh-oh. Mortified, Tiernan watched as the ink washed from the page, dooming the castle to watery destruction. Just then, things looked hopeless. The sorcerer returned, but to save the day, "Awazio, arrestio," he shouted, and at last the bucket stopped still and the water evaporated. So he knew the right spell to make it stop, didn't he? Let's see. I'm going to try to show you both pictures. Tiernan stood shivering. He was relieved, but still scared. He was on the verge of crying when a small grin appeared out of the corner of the sorcerer's mouth. And then a grin grew into laughter. "A young apprentice," began the sorcerer. "I chose you because you possess courage and creativity. These traits helped you get you into trouble today, but it is these same traits that one day will make you a great sorcerer. You are to become never lose courage, but no more sorcery for today, please." So he had courage to try something new, and it didn't turn out right the first time, but you know what? Sometimes that happens, and we just try again. Have a great day. I don't know if you're going to need your sunglasses. It's a little bit cloudy, but have a fun day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.